What is it that makes a great story? And I'll ask both of you, but DJ, in your mind, what makes a great story?
I would say that whenever you're trying to tackle something, it's a good idea to get your terms and definitions. And so the word good is a bit of a tricky one
For sure.
because it means several different, it has different connotations, right? There is the sense that, oh, this is good for me. I like Westerns or horror or whatever. And so it's good. I enjoy it. There's that level, right? But then there is that level of what is good, what is truly good. And I'm not saying that it's, your personal preferences and, they don't have any value, but there's also this other idea, which I think is a bit harder in our modern day, especially to grasp what really is good. And I think we know it when we find it, but a lot of times we have a hard time defining it. And for me, I would say that there's that old expression, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Okay. I think that expression actually means something that most people don't think it means. I would say that it is true, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but only if the beholder is God. So when
Mm,
God sees something as beautiful, then it really is beautiful. And I can know that it's beautiful. So that's not a silver bullet to look at every book and understand it, but I think that that gives us a light to go towards in the darkness, sort of a something to grasp for. I'm trying to discover what is good in God's eyes, what is beautiful in God's eyes, what is pleasing to him, what brings glory to him. And so from that, I think cascade several implications, but again, based on your own experience, your culture, the spirit of the age, I think has a influence on us. We have all of these other influences that we have to contend with that are pulling us to say, "Oh yes, that's good, very very good." And yet, when we look through time, this is another thing that Lewis is great about saying that we should always read older books and we should understand what happened in the past. He actually recommended reading a new book and then an old book, a new book, then an old book. And the reason for that is it gives us this understanding of this is what people thought was good in the Middle Ages. This is what people thought was good in the Victorian era. And so we understand different things by reading different time periods. And I think by looking at the whole, we get a better understanding of, yeah, this is consistently good across all the years of where we have literature to read from. Or, yeah, these guys in the 1800s, they really put family up here, and maybe we're not putting it that high, and maybe we should. We can learn from them. So those are some of the ways that I, over the years, have evolved my understanding of what is good. But aside from that, just in a pure practical sense, I think something that is good is something that has those qualities and you can ascertain those qualities and they have a meaning for you that is something that touches and you can grasp it inside your soul. So it's a significance to the actions because if you think of a plot or the form of a story, right? You can say, well, chapter one, chapter two, act one, act two, act three, this happened, then that happened, then that happened. It's really just a sequence of events. If it's not meaningful and meaningful, not just in the sense to those characters, but in a broader way to where it pulls us into this secondary world and helps us understand and relate. And we come away refreshed and changed, and it has added to our lives. Those are the books that's why we're reading. We're reading to find those kinds of books, I think.